enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dock mates, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get more viewers like you.
There's a big hole in our boat, dear Captain. Hey, y'all. So, I am prepping for a new galley float. Fortunately, the old galley sink has been removed. We can call the old one a sink because it had a hole in it. The new one, hopefully, comes to us and it won't have a hole in it, so we still will call it a float. So I removed the freshwater foot pump, which is this guy right here. That's the one in the head. This is the freshwater in the galley. And it goes to, this guy. You use that foot pump to pump fresh water out of your water tanks in case for whatever reason you don't want to use your, what am I saying? You use the foot pump to pump water out of your freshwater tanks. It comes out of this spigot into your float, and you'd want to use the foot pump for a few main reasons. Off the top of my head, main reason number one, what if you lose power? How are you going to get fresh water that's crucial for life out of your tanks? What if you have power but your pressure pump dies? Well, you could have a spare, but what if you don't have a spare? So you can pump with your foot to get your fresh water out of your tanks. Those are the two primary reasons. Oh, also, what if you want to conserve water or conserve power? You don't want to just waste, some people think that the house pressure water system can cause a waste of water, and I can see an argument for that. Or it could be a waste of power because you're using the pump to pump the water out. So if you need to conserve either of those, you could use the foot pump to get your water out. So I'm taking these out because the new float that we're gonna get is slightly bigger than the old cutout. And it has a lip back here where this thing is mounted, where the faucet is mounted into it. The lip like sticks out this far. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these holes yet. It kind of depends on if the holes are covered or not by the new float. But anyways, all this has to come out anyways. The new float will hopefully be here sometime this weekend. So yeah, that way we can continue moving this project forward. So that was the freshwater side. This one over here was for raw water. So I just noticed that it's a little black in there, but not rotten. Okay, that's good. Same thing over here. So again, no rotten wood, which is great. Wonderful. But what I found was the foot pump for this one was attached to a through hole down there, and I noticed something quite alarming. You want to find out with me? Let me get you set up and I'll show you this disgusting, like critically endangering your boat situation. 1 second. All right, so here was the foot pump that you step on this here and it pumps raw water, so usually seawater, or in this case we're on a river, so fresh water. It pumps it from a through hole up through this hose to one of these, and that sits on your counter like that, and the water comes out. So pump, 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 squirt, squirt, squirt. But in order to get the water out of the ocean or the river or wherever you're at, it needs to be hooked up to a through hole, and that's this one here. So I just nipped it off. Look what I found. This is a huge, huge safety issue. So at one point in time when this was installed or later or repair, I don't know, there's a straight joiner piece right there. See that? And there was no, and I'm telling you, no hose clamps on this. And look I can just pull it apart with my hands. So, a couple main things. One, don't do that. Two, if you have to do that, use 2 hose clamps. 3, if you have to do that, maybe because you're an emergency, use 2 hose clamps on, both sides, 2 here and 2 here, and then immediately replace it when you can. Because this could have just easily come off, and since it was connected to a through hole that was under the water, that could have just filled our bilge and potentially sunk our boat. So really glad we caught that. And it's kind of sneaky too. Look at that. It kind of fits together really nice, and it was kind of hard to see. So, I mean, if you didn't really know, if you were just glancing at it and didn't even know that was there, you wouldn't have caught that. So, no fault to our surveyor that this was missed in our pre-purchase survey, because we probably didn't even notice. It just looks like a piece of hose right there. Anyway, bad news, but super happy we found that, because that's not something we want to deal with. So the plan is to get rebuild kits for these if we can. So I don't know, I mean, they're made by Whale. Whale's still around. Whale is basically everything we did for our current system. So I'm gonna try to get rebuild kits for that one and those 2 over there, and see if I can rebuild them. I am marking them as freshwater or raw water. This is our raw water one, so even if we do clean it and rebuild it and put it all back together, I don't want to mistake this one and accidentally use it on the freshwater side. So I will keep this one if we can rebuild it, and then I'll keep this one and designate it as the raw water pump, because I just don't want fresh water going through a raw water pump, or a pump that was previously used for raw water. So that's the plan for that, and thank goodness we didn't sink our boat. So I'm gonna keep cleaning up in here. It's pretty much gonna be a blank slate under this, so that's exciting. And yeah, keep on keeping on. Progress. And I'll tell you guys, I'm the first to admit it, I am a naughty, naughty boy. Look what I didn't do. So, I was the one that installed, I don't know, you can kind of see it out there, our galley faucet. The big galley primary faucet. It's the touch on and off, which is fantastic. When I went to install it, your boy didn't put epoxy here. So if water could have leaked under this, and it could have gotten there, it could have sat in there, and it could have delaminated our plywood there. So shame on me. So the next time, I think the sink that we got, I think it's gonna extend from probably like right here all the way out, and it's gonna cover these holes, I think. I'm actually kind of hoping that it does. But if it covers those holes, then what I'll do is, well, I don't know what I'll do. But if it covers the holes, I will, and I might need to drill new holes. So if that's the case, then I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe just repair it. Just close up the holes with some 3/4 inch plywood and some thickened epoxy and maybe some fiberglass underneath. That probably would be the safest bet. And then drill new holes kind of like where we want them. Because again, I'm hoping that all of this gets covered. That would be really nice. Because then I don't have to worry about trying to match the Formica here with my repair. I could just repair these with wood and epoxy and fiberglass and call it good, and then, you know, sand it smooth, sink goes over it, done. That'd be nice. But anyways, that I will wait, because I don't know exactly if the sink we got is gonna cover those, so I'm gonna wait to make that decision later. So for now, this is basically the most access that we've gotten down here since we've bought the boat. This is amazing. So I'm gonna clean, inspect, vacuum, just get all this years of gunk out of here. Like, there's a washer, it's just gross. It's just gross. So I'm just gonna clean, vacuum, and see if there's anything down there that's a surprise that we might need to repair or replace. We'll see. But it's gonna feel good to get this clean. I'll do that and I'll give you an update. Let's do it.